4 is on God's discipline in the home. It does carry over into the school. Saw this many, many times. I had parents that when a child would get in trouble, I would call the parent and I would have them say, I'm on my way, or I'm calling my wife, she's on her way. And then I would have parents to say, well, what did the teacher do wrong? Well, what happened to make them do this? Well, and sometimes that's the case. And sometimes I had to go in and we had to have teacher conferences and we did have to find out what was going on in the classroom. But 90% of the time, it was the kids' fault. The kids were doing something that they shouldn't have been doing. And we had to address that. But I always knew that when I had parent support, that we were going to get to a solution. So there needs to be discipline in the home and there needs to be discipline at school. And I know a lot of people do not agree with paddling and spanking, and I do talk about that, what my viewpoints are on that in this chapter. A lot of people will disagree with me, and that's fine. I'm not here to debate God's word. I'm not here to debate my opinion and what I saw in the schools, and not here to debate those parents that are having success and raising godly children, and they're going on to raise their own godly family, be in their own, have their own family, and using God's standards to raise their children. So I'm just not going to debate God's word. God's word does tell us that when you try to talk to someone and they don't accept his word, shake off the dust and go on to the next situation, next family. He went on to the next town. So God knows that there's going to be people that are not going to listen and that are not going to agree. And that's okay. I'm not going to get upset about that. I'm just going to do what God told me to do, and I'm going to pass his word to you, which is what I feel like he has done and what he's told me to do.